Regime of caring for terminally ill patients is to face closure after complaints from some relatives. The Liverpool Care Pathway would sometimes withdraw food and treatment from sedated patients to hasten death and shorten suffering. Sky's Charlotte Lomas reports.
The Liverpool Care Pathway, or LCP, aims to provide the best quality care for patients in the final days of their life. But it's come under heavy criticism from health professionals, patients and their families, who claim it's being used to meet targets and clear hospital beds. We spoke to Moira Sykes, who cared for her elderly father before he died last year.
I think that hospitals and private nursing care does need to have a really good look at the Liverpool Care Pathway and how the elderly can be able to die where they are cared for, where somebody is there to hold their hand, where it's compassionate, and not a kind of, oh well, they're dying because they are old.
Around 90% of doctors say they support the LCP and they reject claims that they receive financial incentives to use it and that the pathway is about cutting costs. The British Medical Association say it's a shame that the LCP is set to be scrapped, but they do accept that standards need to improve.
What we need now is a better system, a system which is simple, which means that doctors and other carers know what to discuss with patients as they approach the end of life, and that the patient can then make up their mind and advise the doctors on what it is that they want. I mean, for example, is pain control the most important thing, or are other symptoms more important to control? And then that must be delivered. That does mean the health service has to have the right resources, doctors, nurses and other carers.
Care charities say this situation offers an opportunity to ensure that everyone gets the same treatment, no matter which hospital they're at.
What we're interested in is ensuring that we have the highest possible quality of care for people who are dying, and that we only have one chance to get this right. And it's important that whether it's in hospitals or hospices, in care homes, that people receive the right quality of care. And we think this is a real opportunity to get the right care in the right places and ensure consistency.
While most parties agree that the LCP can work if implemented properly, a lack of training or simply a lack of staff means that it's also badly failed patients, some of whom have even recovered and gone home. The recommendations will be announced on Monday. Charlotte Lomas, Sky News.
The world's media have
Whether it's watching Manchester United lift the Carling Cup, or perhaps Johnny Wilkinson help claim Heineken Cup victory, or Everton playing in shirts sponsored by a brand of beer, alcohol advertising has become a common sight at sporting and music events. Alcohol advertising and football have a long history. For 8 years, Wembley played host to the Carling Cup, and now the FA Cup is sponsored by Budweiser. Even the league itself is locked into a deal with Carlsberg. All this would have to go under the new proposals. The charity alcohol concern is calling for a ban of alcohol brands sponsoring cultural or sports events, alcohol advertising targeted at young people, and alcohol adverts screened on TV or in cinemas.
At a time when young people are just forming their relationship with alcohol, it's really important that they don't get a distorted view. And what young people are telling us is that a lot of what they see suggests that it's normalising not just drinking, but drinking to excess.
The charity adds that young people are particularly targeted by social media campaigns. They're urging that regulation is independent from alcohol or advertising industries to better protect students like these at Bath Spa University.
Hi ma'am, can I get a pint of Guinness, a cider?
I do think it is ingrained in the student culture, and obviously clubs and pubs in town are always sort of trying to get us in by promoting drink deals and getting us to drink excessively, but I mean, we have a range of like different campaigns that run to stop students from drinking too much.
I think it's quite surprising seeing some of the adverts that have actually made it onto a public kind of sphere. I think it is a really hard thing to control because, you know, you can't kind of send every single image to the Advertising Standards Agency, but I think maybe it is something that should be, I'm surprised it seems quite lax.
But advertisers argue that more regulation is unnecessary.
Our regulation is very strict and very strong. It's some of the strictest advertising regulation in Europe, and it's effective. It doesn't mean to say we shouldn't keep it under review. It's always good to be challenged, but this is a challenge based on false facts.
Critics also say advertising at big sporting events is not the problem, but rather the misuse of alcohol in society. Charlotte Lomas, Sky News.
I don't think anyone's simmered down yet after that success on centre court at Wimbledon yesterday. The question now is, will it inspire the next generation to pick up a racket? Well, earlier, the new champion talked to us about the legacy of his win, and he stressed that it's not just about inspiration. New players also need the right support.
I hope more kids start playing. I hope, it's not as long. For another, I hope that's not the case. But look, I'm sorry, but that isn't my job. There's people that have to put things in place to give kids the opportunity to play, and I hope yesterday has done a small part to achieving better results for British players in the future.
So where are the tennis stars of the future who could follow Andy onto the centre court? Well, Charlotte Lomas, maybe she's one, is at the Cumberland School in Newham. Hopefully there's a few youngsters there then, Charlotte.
They're all very excited this morning. Some of them, as you can see behind me, have been out on the court practicing since very early this morning. And this school is one of 16,000 across the country, which is partly funded by the Lawn Tennis Association to try and develop the children's tennis skills. And maybe we're witnessing here some future tennis stars. And I've got some hopefuls here to talk to. We have Sydney and Hazel, both 12 years old. So did you watch the match yesterday and what did you think?
Well, I saw it and I was screaming my house and with all my family.
And does it inspire you to play more tennis?
Yeah, because I think they're good tennis players, so perhaps I could be like that one day.
And you've seen a British player win now. Does that mean that you think you might be able to?
Yeah, I think we have quite a chance to try and win.
And what do you enjoy most about playing tennis?
Winning.
The winning. And good. It takes a lot of hard work, doesn't it? So I'll let you get on and practice with the others there. Thank you very much this morning, because I'm also joined here by Tom Gibbons. Now, you're a representative of the Lawn Tennis Association, also the Tennis Foundation. Now, it was an amazing victory, personal achievement for Andy Murray. But how will this impact in the future of British tennis?
Sure. I mean, what a day yesterday. I think everyone will agree that Andy provided British tennis with its greatest ever moment on such an amazing court such as Wimbledon. It's our job now to capitalise on the interest being shown in tennis and really use the inspiration behind Andy's success, not just this year but off his double medal success at the Olympics last year and the US Open, to help more people play tennis more often, which is our #1 priority and our mission for the years ahead.
Now, it's been hailed as a British victory, but Andy Murray did spend a lot of his time training abroad, moving to Barcelona when he was about 15. So can we really claim it as ours?
Well, it's a British victory. I mean, no one's taking anything away from Andy. He did a fantastic job. We did part fund Andy's time when he was in Spain, and it's something that a lot of other European countries do. And we've just signed an agreement with La Manga Club in Spain, so our juniors nowadays can spend some time out there as well. But no one can take away from what Andy did yesterday. Absolutely fantastic win for him.
Now, tennis is often criticised for having a middle-class image and also being very expensive. And although you say you partly funded Murray's training, it was also heavily self-funded by Murray's family. And indeed, a lot of tennis stars' families have to sacrifice a lot. How is this going to change?
We're doing a lot of work at the moment to dispel the myth that tennis doesn't have to be an expensive sport to play. The average weekly membership cost for an adult to join a tennis club is £3 a week, and it's half that cost for a junior up and down the country. We're also doing a lot of work to develop programmes on park sites, specifically with local authority partners, and also working with our 52 indoor tennis centres, community centres up and down the country, where you can go as a pay and play basis. There's lots of events happening over London. We're trying some family time events where you and your family, no matter how big it is, can go along for £3 a week. All the equipment's provided. Tennis is a great sport for all the family, from 3 to 83. Boys and girls can play together, so definitely come along and have some fun.
Thank you very much this morning, Tom. We have to leave it there. So children like these up and down the country now are being encouraged, hopefully, to pick up a racket, and hopefully we'll see some more talent in British tennis in the future.
OK, Charlotte, we'll leave you there to practice your top spin or whatever it is. Now, one of the reasons why they might want to take it up is, of course, the amount of money that you can make. One of those little girls actually said it that Charlotte was talking to, and marketing experts are saying that Andy Murray could become the 3rd highest earning British sportsman of all time. He's expected to land a string of new sponsorship deals. He's already got quite a few, which could be worth £15 million a year. Well, joining us in the studio is branding expert Jonathan Gabay. Very good to see you, Jonathan. I mean, I say this in the introduction there, you know, it's not as if he hasn't got a lot of marketing and branding deals already. He could get even more then.
Yeah, he's got Jaguar, he's got Royal